Welcome to the Dynasty Bowl Preview Show,
brought to you by Jumbo Donuts.
As the Dynasty VIII got underway, we had 12 teams, 13 coaches, and as the weeks went by, we saw each and every coach meet their demise. But as we stand here, on the verge of Dynasty Bowl 8, only two teams are still standing. Coach Brandon McDowell of Brutal Deluxe, Coach John Costanza of the Amber Alerts. And both teams have one goal left in mind: the Dynasty Championship. Only 7 teams have had the privilege of being the Dynasty Champion. Dynasty 1, PJ Defagowitz, Polish Beavers. The Dynasty 2, Phil Tomulus, Nigrodamus. The Dynasty 3, Matt Blanding, Maestros. The Dynasty 4, Matt Blanding, Maestros. The Dynasty 5, Glenn Stacy, Heritage Park Hunters. The Dynasty 6, Brian Tavallari, Soglo. And Dynasty 7, Zach Palucha, Handiquacks. Now, let's focus in on Coach Brandon McDowell and his Brutal Deluxe. McDowell grew up on the shore of South Africa, where as a little boy many assumed he was a homosexual. But he fought through the adversity, and resting upon the shoulders of keeper player Arian Foster, McDowell won the South Riverdale Division in only his 2nd season in the Dynasty. Accompanied by Ray Rice, McDowell had the league's best rushing attack and led Brutal Deluxe to a 12-3 record. At the trade deadline, McDowell obtained Drew Brees, who helped catapult his squad to tie a Dynasty record by winning his last 10 games in a row heading into the championship. We now have a reporter standing by to get a word with Coach McDowell.
Hi. Coach, it's been a long season, and we're finally here on the verge of Dynasty Bowl 8. How do you feel?
Well, Eric, I feel great. It's been a great season, like you said. Long for some, great for me. Enjoyed the last couple weeks kind of leading up to the playoffs, and it's been a great year.
It has been great. In past seasons, we've had some lesser-known players, some random players do really well in Dynasty Bowls and really have led their teams on to championships. I think of players like Michael Bush, Jamar Gaffney, guys like that. Anyone on your team, whether it be superstar or non-superstar, that you're going to really, look in the eyes and expect big things from?
This week, I'm expecting a lot from my kicker, Dan Bailey. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, he's a kicker.
Even though he's been frozen the last 2 weeks by 2 different teams, I'm not expecting anything from him. I got 1 point this past week, and obviously still led to a win, so...
you don't have to reference the win from last. We're talking about the Dynasty Bowl. You don't have to talk about.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought we'd include some recap here. But
No,
I guess we'll just move on. Sore subject. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So I guess that player would be Drew Brees. He's been my top dog for the last couple of weeks since I picked him up from Zach. Just hoping I can get as much time out of him and as much points out of him as I can this week. So that would be my guy for this week.
Okay. You've had a great season, really good season. You won the division. You scored the most points in the league this year in the regular season. You scored the 2nd most points in any regular season in the history of the Dynasty. You have tied a Dynasty record. You've won 10 games in a row. And if you win the Dynasty Bowl, that will break the record. You would have won 11 games in a row. So I guess if you win the Dynasty Championship, would you kind of look at this as being the greatest single season in Dynasty history?
I think so, Eric. I mean, I think all the things that you listed are things that we all aspire to in the league. And after this season, if I win, I'm out.
You're done?
No, just kidding.
Oh.
Obviously, we can always just repeat, and that's kind of what the goal is every year. But
You've made me pee my pants a little bit. You were a hot free agent coach a couple years ago, and I'm glad we signed you to a lifetime contract.
All right, excellent.
So you're going up against Coach Johnny C's Amber Alerts in the Dynasty Bowl. Any message you want to give to Coach, or anything you want to say to him?
Yeah, fuck you, John. You're a fucking bitch, and I'm planning on whooping that ass this week. Just kidding. A lot of animation, a lot of fire there, and it's just been building up inside me for this whole season, and I just plan on bringing it this week and bringing him down and ending the season.
Well, we'll all be watching. Congratulations on making it this far, and I wish you good luck in the Dynasty Bowl, Coach. And Coach was actually very nice of him. He was able to allow our cameras just a few hours ago into his team meeting earlier today, as him and his team are preparing for the big showdown. So let's go ahead and take a look at that footage. Take it away.
Alright guys, I'm going to keep this brief. Wanted to start with a few words here, okay? I love fantasy football. It's one of the manliest fantasy sports, for it's truly the fantasy sport closest to fantasy combat. Men strategize in their war rooms, don their armor, line up against dynasty opponents. Victory is measured in territory gained, and how well one unit maneuvers the other. The Dynasty involves brute strength, the keen physicality. It's hand-to-hand, helmet-to-helmet fight. One man struggles against another. And yet, at the same time, it's finesse, agility, and a brilliant strategy, which are all requisites for success. Brew Deluxe lives and dies solely on how well we work as a unit, as a team. Drew, I need 3 solid quarters from you. Last week, we gave you Marino's record. This week, you give me the Dynasty Championship. Arian, there's no tomorrow for us, buddy. Next year, we part ways, so why not part ways as Dynasty Champions? Roddy, you started out slow, but as they say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Right? You got a chance to be double champ this week. A champion at your position, and a Dynasty champion. So stay low and run hard. Like they say, guys, this one's for all the marbles. For all the marbles. So we know what we need to do, so let's just go out and do it. I'll see you guys on the field.
Now, let's focus in on Coach John Costanza and his Amber Alerts. Costanza grew up in downtown Riverdale. His childhood home was built on the grounds of old Riverdale Cemetery, where legend has it that the gravestones were moved, but not the bodies. From birth, Costanza believed that he was the second coming of Superman, but he quickly realized this was not true. However, he did manage to avoid death when bobsledding the sacred Riverdale Hill. Costanza's Amber Alerts won their second North Riverdale Division title due to the lethal Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski combo. The Alerts had the #1 receiving attack of the Dynasty, led by 2 men he obtained via trade, Megatron, Calvin Johnson, and Victor Cruz, who helped the Alerts win 6 of their last 7 games. We now have a reporter standing by to get a word with Coach Johnny C.
Oh, my name is the goddamn guard dog, and I'm here with the Amber Alerts manager, John Costanza. Hello there, John. How are you this evening?
I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel great. I feel wonderful.
As you should. As you should. Going into the Dynasty Bowl here. Now, you've been to the Dynasty Bowl before, about half a decade ago. Now, is those feelings still fresh in your head? Do you still feel those feelings, or is this something that's new to you, virginal?
I can't even remember how I got here. But I know after looking at some tapes and some past statistics that the last Dynasty Bowl I was in, my team